Hi, this is Sean. Welcome to GuitarReferenceGuide.com. Today we're going to talk about movable bar chords on the root 6, the E string, and the root 5, the A string. Before we do this, one of the most important things to understand is this step pattern and how the notes work. On the low E string, it'd be really good to memorize where the notes are. This would be your E note. This would be your F note at the first fret. F sharp or G flat note at the second fret. G note would be the 3rd fret. G sharp, A flat, 4th fret. A would be the 5th fret. A sharp, B flat would be the 6th fret. B would be the 7th fret. C would be the 8th fret. C sharp or D flat would be the 9th fret. D would be the 10th fret. D sharp or E flat would be the 11th fret, and then E, where we started, would be the 12th fret, and that's our octave. So if you know how to find these notes and where they are, it would be great for you to also refer to the PDF that comes with the video. Then it's really easy to find just about any chord you need that starts from the 6th string. So for example, if I was playing this chord, this is an F bar chord, but I needed to play, say, an 8 flat bar chord. First thing I would do is within this chord I would find my root note. Now the root note of the F chord, the F bar chord, would be right here on the root 6. So if I was to say, okay, well here's my F note, here's my F sharp note, here's my G note, here's my G sharp or my A flat note, that's the note I would find, and then I would set up my chord around that note. Say I wanted to play a G chord. We know that the G note is here. So then this would be a G chord. So if you know where the notes are, or you know how to find them, then setting the chord up around that note will give you access to those 12 other chords. For example, this would be an A sharp or a B flat. You know the note, and you just play this chord. You have an A sharp or a B flat chord. So that will also work for all the other chords. For example, this is an F chord. That's what we were just talking about. This would be an F minor chord. Same concept applies. So if we were to take this and we were to move it to the 3rd fret, this would be a G minor chord, because here's my G and I'm playing a minor chord voicing. Say I was going to play a dominant chord. This would be a G7 chord. Here's my root, and this is what a G7 chord looks like from the root 6. Say I wanted to play an A7 chord, I could take this chord and I would move it to the 5th fret. So the 4 chords we're going to talk about moving around. First thing I want you to practice is your basic bar chord. F. Then the F minor would look like this. Then the F7, dominant 7, would look like this. Then the F minor 7 would look like this. So we have F major, F minor, F dominant 7, and F minor 7. Those are the chords that I want you to play with on the root 6 string. Practice moving up and down the neck, memorizing the names of the notes and where they are. We're going to go to the A string now. Names of the notes from the root 5, the A string. So this would be my A note. This would be my A sharp or my B flat. This would be my B note. B goes right to C, my 3rd fret. C sharp, D flat would be the 4th fret. D would be the 5th fret. D sharp or E flat would be the 6th fret. E would be the 7th fret. E goes right to F, would be my 8th fret. 9th fret would be F sharp or G flat. G would be my 10th fret. G sharp or A flat would be the 11th fret. And A would be the 12th fret or the octave, and that's where we started. So the sharp goes higher and the flat goes lower. So since this is an A, this would be an A sharp. Or Or, since this is a B, this would be a B flat. So A sharp and B flat are the same note. So between all the notes, between B and C and E and F, there's a half step. Between all the other notes, there's a whole step, which means there's 2 frets. So those are the notes on the A string. So for the A string, it's going to work exactly the same. This would be an A sharp note. This would be my A sharp or B flat chord. So since this is my root note and that's A sharp or B flat, say I wanted to play a C sharp chord, I would go, okay, here's A sharp, here's B, here's C, here's C sharp or D flat. So then if I was to play that same chord, first finger on the C sharp or D flat, here that would give me a C sharp or a D flat chord. Say I wanted to play an F chord from the root 5. I would find the F chord, so this would be my C sharp, this would be my D, D sharp, E flat, E, here would be my F. So there's my F bar chord. So the same concepts that we spoke about on the low E string are exactly the same on the A string. So the 4 chords that I want you to practice playing on the A string would be your C bar chord, first finger 3rd fret, 3rd finger bars, the D string, the G string, and the B string. Then your C minor chord would be first finger 3rd fret, 3rd finger 5th fret, pinky 5th fret, 2nd finger 4th fret. First finger is barring, so you're playing the 3rd fret of the high E string. This would be my C minor chord. Then we would do our C dominant 7 chord, which would look like this. First finger, 3rd fret, 3rd finger, 5th fret. We're barring that, so 3rd fret on the G string. Pinky on the 5th fret of the B string, and then our first finger is barring the 3rd fret of the high E string. And the last voicing that I'm going to want you to practice the movable chords with would be the C minor 7. First finger, 3rd finger, bar this note, the 3rd fret on the G string, 2nd finger, 4th fret on the B string, and you're barring this, so the 3rd fret of the high E string. So we have our C major chord, our C minor chord, our C dominant chord, and our C minor 7 chord. So memorizing the names of the notes and understanding how to find them on the low E string and the A string will give you all these new chord forms you can find. If you're playing a song and all of a sudden there's a C sharp minor, you know that this is a C minor chord, you say, okay, well here's my C sharp note, here's my root, here's my C sharp minor chord. So this is going to help you find a lot of new chords, and it will help you expand your chord vocabulary, learning the names of the notes on the low E string and the A string, finding the root note of each one of those 4 chords from the root 6 and root 5 would be a great place to start learning how to expand your chord vocabulary.